Oh, didn't see you there. Yeah. Hey, it's John Peterson here with another episode of What Grinds My Gears. And if you've looked at my first episode, you're gonna take a wild flippin' guess on who's gonna be on the chopping block today. That's right, Justin Bieber. But first, let me show you my vivid fantasy that I had last night about killing the mother flipper.
Good Lord, people, we know it's not gonna happen.
Oh, come on!
14th, we will find out if this douchebag will be deported, but be real, the chances of that are very slim. Look, I agree 100% with people that said this guy should go away. This idiot is not doing anything that helps his case.
I mean, seriously, he wears hoodies. Only morons wear hoodies. I may have autism, but at least I have a fashion sense. And I'll drink to that.
At first, I was smiling with joy, and then I wondered, what can this guy do that is not only so stupid it makes me think of this, but what could be something
Camera bro fist
done that he hasn't already done before? I mean, I've basically gone from, I'll never talk about Bieber, he's harmless, he's just a run-of-the-mill teeny bop star.
The way I see it, Bieber's a pretty boy. A freaking pretty boy.
But the fact that all Yahoo seemed to care about was the hot and cold status of his stupid relationship with Selena Gomez. Now, I'm pretty much like, well, we have all these problems going on in Ukraine and Russia, and a potential Munich happening again with the Olympics.
If you would interview some real person instead of this celebrity jerkhole, that would be great.
We could even call him that to get lots of legal trouble when he gets older, but he seems to be the most hated as a result. His rap sheet has gotten so bad that even my 11-year-old niece, who at one point was a big believer and even went to one of his shows a few years ago, is no longer a fan of his and isn't afraid to agree that he is an idiot. Justin Bieber started out as one of the biggest breakout success stories when he was younger, but as soon as he got older and became too full of himself, that's when the Bieber hate began. At first, we hated him because his music was lame, simplistic, and just not for people with a brain. And we hated that it was really popular despite it. And now we hate him because of his ongoing meltdown and constant headlines in the news. The guy has a long-standing and growing list of stupid things he has done. And the events of the last couple of weeks seem to top the cake. He decides to egg a neighbor's house and not only cause $20,000 worth of damage, but
you're kidding me, right?
Home, they find lots of illegal things in it, such as drugs.
That little turd actually egged someone's house and has drugs.
Narcotics. And then not only that, a few days after this charge, the guy gets arrested for drunk driving as he was street racing a Lamborghini without a license and gets charged with resisting arrest. And he was reported as saying was a slew of profanity words to the officers that arrested him as well. Essentially, like Seth Meyers said on SNL, well, this looks like the face of someone that learned his lesson. He's 19. He has been charged with a felony for egging someone's house.
Here's the quote.
Quote, California does not take vandalism lightly. If the damage is $400 or more, the person can be charged with a felony and the person can face anywhere between 1 to 2 to 3 years of jail, in addition to having to pay fines and penalties. Not only that,
let me repeat that. For those of you who've been living under a rock the past few weeks, the state of California, if you live there, can imprison you for up to 3 stinking years, in addition to fines and penalties, if you cause a lot of damage as a result of egging or any other act of vandalism. And surprise, surprise, Bieber pulled just that off. People always think how in the 90s were dark and edgy. Oh, I would love to go back to that era.
possession of illegal drugs and paraphernalia in his home. And then it gets better when he has been suspected of drunk driving while he was found to be just under the legal limit. You know, the legal limit that pertains to someone that is 21 and older. But because he's still underage, he was still over the legal limit for underage. You can't be above 0.2. And he was. And then it seemed to be over. He got charged with assault for punching a driver in the back of the head. What an idiot. Did I mention that he is not nor will ever be a U.S. citizen? He recently told
I already
he
knew
has
that.
no plan to change his immigrant status. A normal person who is not a U.S. citizen that does this crap would be more than likely face this charge if convicted. But since he has a non-immigrant visa, the law says that he can be deported for minor crimes. Ideally, this law should apply to everyone. But because this guy has a work visa due to having, quote, extraordinary contributions to the arts, in other words, being
right.
he may
Can't
get away
flip and
scot-free
sing for the life of
or
it.
stupid antics that gets everyone attention. Now, because of this recent crap he has been doing, it seems like we've had enough. As of this day, 100,000 people have signed a petition sent to the White House to revoke his green card. The White House must respond quickly to at least release a statement whether they agree or not according to the terms of the petition. Let's also remember that the White House has gotten a petition to build a Death Star, and they have also gotten a petition for the cancellation of Jimmy Kimmel Live over an offensive statement. So dealing with possible drama is not, nor should be, not a top priority anyway, and I highly doubt there will be anything said important. If deportation doesn't happen, you know, the guy can still face jail time. But
think about it, folks. This thing, because I refuse to call him a human without wanting to castrate myself with this nonetheless. Is going to be deported. And if that doesn't happen, he can face jail time. But, dude's... DST Coyote 22 continue, because I'm just at a loss for words.
before you jump in with joy, let's remember what usually happens when a big pop culture figure gets sent to prison. They never finish their sentence, or they have lawyers that get them out through loopholes. And I predict that will happen with this person as well.
Yeah. That. I mean, seriously. Look at what happened with Miley Cyrus. I mean, don't even get me started on One Direction.
As for the talk about all the stupid believers that keep defending him, you have countless Twitter posts and other social media posts that say stuff.
Yeah, you're like, it's not just words anymore, man. It's just random R sounds. I mean, oh my god, what is this? I don't even. Oh. It's times like this and the 90-year-old that got arrested in flippin' Florida for feeding the flippin' homeless that made me wish aliens would just go all Independence Day on us. And yes, I just went there.
Guys, Justin Bieber is still a RLLY good role model.
Really?
Alright, let's play the Find the Error game. Let's see. No capitalism. No capitalism. Really is spelled wrong. Yep, these girls have 2 brain cells that just sparked together like a... I was going to make a Full Metal Alchemist reference, but not going to bother. Not that I care.
So all the times he's been caught urinating in public, punching and kicking people in public, attacking paparazzi, spitting on people, going shirtless in places he shouldn't be allowed to, not only making his tickets overpriced even at nosebleeds, but showing up late to shows, tweeting all his followers to pirate a UFC pay-per-view so he could watch it for free, leaving his pet monkey in another country when he decided not to show up with vaccination and import papers, getting kicked out of places like IHOP, Walmart, because they can't accompany him and his posse of bodyguards the way he wants to be accompanied, or because he simply trashes the place, doing fake 911 calls and pissing off paramedics, obvious underage drinking and smoking, and causing many nightclubs to pay fines for letting him in while he was under 18. Not to mention disrespecting historical figures and saying rape happens for a reason. Yeah, that is a great role model for kids. Here in this next quote, this person spells fair, F-A-R-E, not.
I'm sorry. All of the sarcasm has been sucked out of me by this quote. Its lack of, how should I put it? Brain cells. I mean, if you were a believer, you would have to literally not let your brain do anything. I mean, I'm not going to be like any Electro City upstairs handing out charges so that your thoughts can come out coherently. No, 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 no. You would have to be a vegetable. I mean, oh. I mean, we got ISIS, scripts going down in the Ukraine, Ebola, and all the media gives a damn about is a flippin' attention whore. Ah!